Welcome everyone to a trip down Stoner Drive. I am your host Shagwell and Bullet, or you can call me Shaggy. Zoinks, zoinks. And this is a platform to tell people stories about how cannabis has positively or maybe even negatively affected their lives. I don't care if you're a patient, a brand, a distribution, an athlete, a politician. If you have a story to tell, I want to hear it. So hopefully this gives you an educating and entertaining look behind the scenes of the booming cannabis industry. And if you like my videos, please give a like and subscribe.
All right. Let me just make sure I audit. Welcome, everybody. I am your host, Shagwell and Bullock, or Shaggy, and this is a trip down Stoner Drive. But would you look at that view? I mean, just look at it. It's so gorgeous. Because we're here in San Diego, but you're not here for the view. You're here for a podcast. So welcome, everybody. I'm so excited because today I get to interview Josh, from the co-founder of Farmers Cup. So welcome, Josh. Thank you so much for being on the show, brother.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate the invite on here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this has been coming for a while, and I've been to so many events. You guys have helped host me. I remember at your 710 event last year, I had a little table, my little stand and everything, right. And you let me just interview people. And
man. Actually, that was like, I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah.
That was at the
car spot.
That was 2 years ago. Time
flies, brother.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that was fun. That one was fun.
So you can see what's grown is his events. If you haven't heard of Farmers Cup, they are absolutely the best cannabis events that happen in San Diego.
Thanks, man.
Oh, absolutely.
By far.
And they've grown so much. I mean, when did you guys start your first event?
We started doing events in 2014. Back then, it was the San Diego Cannabis Farmers Market.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Farmers Cup was like a little side piece of it. It was a competition. So we started doing we reinvented it probably 2020, actually, when COVID hit. We reinvented it.
It's starting to be 420, so we can pack up our pieces.
I got one pre-packed.
Let me grab mine real quick so we can smoke. And of course, we're going to be smoking on the Farmers Cup flower.
Yes.
I'm smoking on the Donnie Burger. Which one did you pack up?
Yeah, so I packed something new. It's the Papa Burger from Skunk House Genetics and California Seed Bank. It's a new pheno we're going to drop hopefully in like about 3-4 months.
Awesome.
So cheers, 420.
Cheers, brother. Yeah. Start with yours. I just place my lighter. I'll let you get yours lit first. Appreciate it.
I think I stole your lighter, to be honest.
That's on the host. I should have like 3 or 4 here. But woo, damn, that's good.
Nice.
So good. I'll just put the light here whenever we need it.
Thanks, man.
And we're gonna get into their flower later. But you started as a San Diego Farmers Cup in 2014, and then you had the Farmers Cup on the side.
Yeah, so it was like the San Diego Cannabis Farmers Market. We brought together a lot of people. At the time, it was Prop 215, so there was no licensed and non-licensed. It was just everybody coming together, for the event. Mm-hmm. Everybody was growing, selling, making different stuff. Went well. Went so well. The community really embraced it, and it's what we needed here in San Diego, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
San Diego's, not too many events happening down here, especially back then. So we just saw something that really was helping people out, and it was doing good for us as well. So we started growing on that. And then we decided to, add like a competition just to make it a little bit more fun.
Oh, absolutely.
The people love that.
Because all stoners have had that competition with their friends too.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, either if you're growing, you're facing your growing friends. If it's smoking, I cannot smoke you. We just like a little fun competition.
Yeah, who can roll the best joint or
exactly.
whatnot. And back then it was a little different how we do it now. It was literally like we set up probably 8 tables, and we had probably 15 different brands come by, and they just set up at the table, and you would come by and you would go to each table and basically, do as many dabs or edibles or whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
Until you find out what the winner is at the end of the night. And that was so fun, so damn fun. Like those times I'll always remember, and everybody who experienced. But we quickly realized that at the end of the night, when we're forcing all these people to do the competition and fill out the ballots, I mean, some people were in on, 5,000 milligram edibles and 20 bong loads
Yeah.
and dabs, and
It all
how do
blends
you-
together. You can't distinguish
Yeah.
it and everything.
So we wanted to make it a little bit more legit down the line. We didn't get a chance to because COVID hit.
Yeah.
And well, actually, Prop 215 ended, and then Prop 64 started. So we had to rethink everything, and it took us 2 years to rethink it. But COVID hit right when we thought we figured it out.
Yeah.
And so we were faced with a choice: shut down, or figure out how to do something that's still gonna go get through COVID and not get us busted.
Yeah.
You know.
No, absolutely. Like we're all trying to press for the legal side. It's
Exactly.
like not like we're trying, but you have to be innovative while growing. So
Yeah, exactly. And at the time it wasn't so much about that. It was more like we know everybody loved what we were doing, and it was just the vibes and the connections that you'd make. You wouldn't get them anywhere else. So we really believed in what we do, and we really believe in this plant. And when we saw that, but we saw at the same time, we were people were trying to shut us down at the time. This local police didn't know what we were doing. They were like, "What the heck is all these stoners gathering?"
and they probably compared it to some other events that were doing some shady stuff.
Yeah,
like
exactly. So we basically want to figure out a route where we're not going to get you in trouble. Like, you can come to our event and you're not going to risk getting raided, because we at least have the first layer of protecting you, the people that come to our event, and then protecting us too. We don't want to
Oh no,
go to jail
absolutely.
for events either. But it always comes with risks no matter what. And a lot of probably people were looking at our event saying, "What the heck are these guys doing?" And not knowing that we had it all planned out, and it ended up going really good. So yeah, we had to rethink everything in COVID, and we shut down for a little bit, but we started doing virtual events and virtual competitions. So that's when we got our first dispensary partner, and it worked out really good, man.
No, I love it. And the way you guys have grown, I mean, it's just so innovative. Is a lot of Okay. There we go.
It's live.
We're good.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
So, occasionally you just got to check yourself. I've had one point where it was like 10 minutes or 5 minutes of conversation and we were just
dead.
mute.
I
And
can
I was so
repeat
bad.
everything.
No, it was literally 2 seconds. I noticed as soon as Scooby hit. So
Cool.
we're good.
Scooby-Doo.
But what I love about your events compared to others is that you allow the community to be the judges and everything. And so you still have guest judges come in and everything, but all the results are coming from the people. And
it's we deem it as a people's choice competition, and we do that for a couple of different reasons, because we ourselves are we're always looking for the best cannabis to smoke, and that's what everybody really kind of is doing, is trying to find what works for them. And then for the competition, we feel like with the new brands and the just the fact that people go to the stores and have to buy it, and they can't crack it open, they can't really try a bowl before, so we felt like it's pretty convenient for us to do a competition where the consumer can test what it is, the new products coming from the brands, and they can give an honest opinion if they like it or not. And that feedback is not only valuable for the dispensaries and for the brand, but for you as a person, because you can go see, okay, well, this strain worked for me, or this particular brand worked better than some other brand.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it kind of keeps it, people's choice kind of thing, which we really like. We want to involve the community and people as much as possible.
No, and I love that. And about how many different categories are there now compared to when you started?
Yeah, good question. So there's a lot of categories. So right now we're doing there's two main sections. One's home grow.
Okay.
We can never forget where we all came from, and that's the home grow. So we have a home grow competition, then we have a license competition. The home grow competition, there's three main categories, which is usually flower, rosin, and pre-roll, and there's subcategories under that. But the license competitions, there's a lot more.
Oh yeah.
There's packaging, there's lab tests, there's a whole bunch of different ones. So I'd say probably just a quick estimate before I have to bust out a pad and paper and my notes. Probably let's say 20. little bit more in my palm.
Exactly. Always time. I do apologize. I do have Scooby-Doo is trying to be the AV tech right now. It's not working out so well. So I'm going to just make sure to watch the wires. And it also gives me things to learn about. But yeah, so we had the Mama and Papa OG, the Poo-Tang.
Yeah.
Recently, actually, not my last show, but the show before that, I had Joseph from Farm Cut. And so they're outdoor, which they won with the Pink Blue Scottish.
Shout out to Joseph, man. He's an absolute
person.
gem. Yeah, and what he brings to the table is great. The Pink Boost and everything else, all his other strains, very unique, you know. And that's one part of the last 420 event that you saw that was a little bit different than what we usually do. Is we invited, we have an open invitation. If you want to come to our event, you're more than welcome. But it's really hard for a lot of people from out of town to get to our event. They're all the way up north, and we invited the Emerald Triangle, and a lot of Humboldt growers showed up. A lot of Emerald Triangle growers showed up, and Joseph was one of them from Farm Cut. He won with the Pink Goddess Boost.
Yeah, Pink Boost Goddess.
Pink Boost Goddess. There you go. Which is heavily medicinal, and and
behind the THCV.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the reasons why we brought them down here and really invited them is overall, the cannabis industry and community is changing, and it encompasses more than what we even know. And involving them is a whole different story we never get to hear down here. And even more, like a lot of their weed and their products don't even get here. It stops in the Bay Area or LA or whatnot, doesn't get to San Diego. And there is what do they call it? Like a rumor that, if it's outdoor, it's negative, and, that's just simply not true. There is, that category of herb that's not good, no matter what, indoor, outdoor, whatever. But sun-grown cannabis, if the people that do it right, and it's really some medicinal, really, really great, like sun-grown cannabis that we don't get to experience down here. So it was really great to learn about all the different stuff they're doing. Some of the strains I never even heard of, had, I think the Pink Goddess was
Pink
what?
Goose Goddess,
that was what, THCV.
But then they had a new one they're coming out with, a CBDV, and I had them on a podcast, and that's what helps fight seizures and epilepsy and stuff like that.
That's just next level.
And so that's what I love is we're constantly learning and growing the community as well.
Yeah.
And it's also showing that small farmers can still make it. They have now granted they're a bunch of small farms together, but their farm specifically, the Emerald Spirit is 4 people. It's him, his brother, his mom, and his wife. Yep. They're the only ones on that farm. And it's incredible what they're doing. So
shout out to all them. And shout out, they won a couple trophies. And it was just awesome to have them down here in San Diego.
And then I have Water Life of Rosin coming on tomorrow. So
nice. Okay.
That's what I love
cool.
Is you've been building a community, and it's really awesome.
And I appreciate that. Shout out to my team. We couldn't do it what we're doing without the team. Shout out to Barry, shout out to Russ, shout out to Hung, Steph, everybody.
Exactly. Actually, I have Hung being on here Wednesday. We're gonna do a collab with the Higher Podcast.
That's hella cool. Higher Podcast, they got some things going on too as well, man. Exactly. I think collaboration. You bring up a good word, collaboration. Like I feel like, we're all going through this shift, or just living life. This life, it's always going through these shifts, and I think the next shift is collaboration in the cannabis space. And we gotta survive no matter what. There's a lot of big players that came in the space and threw money at it, and they didn't have the passion or the culture behind them, or the networking or the need to network, and that's really a failure on their behalf.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's what's going to keep people like us going, is networking. You doing stuff like what you're doing, us doing events and just coming together and doing collaborations. Speaking of collaborations, we just did our first collaborations with Float Genetics. Which, if you didn't know, we're doing we have a brand which is in the dispensaries. It's under Farmer's Cup. This one is Pink Limeade that we did with them. They cultivated it, and we just came together and did an awesome collaboration.
I love lemon music, so
go ahead and pop that one. I don't know if you got
that one and grind it up, try it out.
Shout out to Float Genetics, Jordan and Aries over there. They do some very unique, different stuff. And that's why they are award-winning from the Farmers Cup competition as well.
What I love is almost all of your stuff is not super dry. It's cured right, breaks apart. I just love it. It's not like super dense. Like you can see the beauty in the bud, and it's also just like not super dry. Which
thanks, man. It's shout out to our distribution partners, and it is so tough to keep that in that state. I'll tell you that. Like, a lot of times when you get a jar, it is going to be dry. Get it from the dispensary, it's dry, and you look at the package date, and it's packaged like 6-7 months, and that's a hard thing for farmers to figure out. And retail to figure out. So we try to partner with the best distribution partners just so we can get from the farm to the package to you as fast as possible. But it's also on us to like pay attention to how much the dispensaries are buying and how fast it goes.
Exactly.
Because you work at the dispensary. Some of the stuff sits on the shelf. Some of the best stuff sits on the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's just keeping the pulse on the market's almost impossible. But we just got to just stay really active and figure out what people want.
I think, like, I know I'm going to get slack for it and stuff because it's all about deals and things like that. But a big problem, what I've noticed at any shop I'm in, is they'll like a certain strain or two from a company, and they'll order like 9 strains from them. And then instead of like, just grab the few that do really well, because it also is going to help the grower. Like, granted, they do have other stuff they have to sell, and that's why they're doing it. They're bundling it together so it sells it. But when you keep doing it, then that's when eventually the brands are just going to fade out because you have too many of it, instead of being like, these are the ones we're good at, these are the ones we love. And it also will help the shops learn. And same with the distribution is I learned making sure they rotate. That is a big thing of like, this could have been sold a month ago, but now you sold the new stuff, so now this is an extra month old. And so
it matters, and especially cannabis.
Little details.
It's the little details, and it's some of the most important details. Like cannabis is a product where you trim it, and the life expectancy is probably like 6 months, to be honest, if it's stored correctly. And after 6 months, even if it's stored correctly, it starts to dwindle in how it is in quality. And it's very rare to do something like that.
Sorry, just double checking as well. Cool.
Yeah,
sorry about that. But I'm excited. Good. This is to try the pink lemonade. And I love how they already have, you guys can see, I don't know if they'll focus or not, but the award-winning right there on their Farmers Cup 2024.
Yeah, we want to let them know that won an award, and it's an official collaboration with us.
Hell yeah, brother. I'll let you go first.
I know you go first. You got to. Yep.
I need to grab one.
Oh, you know what? I think. Oh man, I'm a big stoner. I had one in my pocket.
Oh, you're good, brother. Jeez. And I thought I had one, but I know it's gonna be just in that shelf. I don't have to dig. Ooh. That is super tasty.
I really like that one. It's really different.
Yeah. Really. So, we're talking about the events and everything. How do people become judges? Is it online? Is it through the disco? How do they sign up? Because we have 710 coming up soon. And are people able to buy kits now, or is it coming up?
Yeah. So next up is 710. So it's a celebration of cannabis concentrates. We love 420. We love the flower. But now 710 is about oil, and that's about with cannabis oil, concentrates, rosin, vape pens, even infused pre-rolls. So if you're trying to be a judge, or if you're trying to enter in the Farmers Cup as a contestant, you would just go to our website, farmerscupofficial.com. You can always reach us at, we have a phone number. You can shoot us a text, 858-887-3236. Or, I'm sure there's some link in the bio you can do as well.
I'll have that.
So link in the bio, I don't know where it's going to be, just somewhere. And, you got to be 21 and above, of course. But as far as if you're trying to be a judge, you would just need to go sign up to be a judge on eventhigh.com. There's a cost to be a judge. It's a judge experience, so it's not just you're just a judge. It comes with the whole experience. You get tickets to the event award ceremony to find out who won, and some other custom stuff too. Go to Event High 710 edition of the Farmers Cup, or you can go to farmerscupofficial.com.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm excited for it. So the event's not happening, or the award ceremony wouldn't be on 710. That's more when you're handing out the kits. It's around then, and then right after.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, so sometimes it does get confused. So think of our events as two kind of separate things. The competition is first, which the competition, you can get a judge's kit. You can go get a judge's kit and get it, but then that you get 10 days to judge. So how that works is you're going to go to a dispensary where you're going to order it online. You're going to order your ticket. We're going to get all the brands to get involved, and then we get together and we make your judge's kit. You'll go to the dispensary. We have the date in the bio, but the dispensary to pick up your judge kit, and after that, you're going to go home for 2 weeks, and you have 2 weeks to judge your competition. So 2 weeks to judge, however many dabs, however many vape pens that you want. And after those 2 weeks, we get together at the awards ceremony to see who wins, and we celebrate the winners and we celebrate the culture of the community. So, and that's on August 10th.
I'm so excited.
Hopefully, we might change a day or two. But I'd say August 10th is safe to say.
Perfect. Well, I'll make sure I'm off. My birthday's August 3rd, but I might work my birthday just so I can come to that. So
nice, man. All right.
Pull up in the mystery machine.
Yeah, so. We got to get a gram dab ready for you.
Oh, man. Absolutely.
That's what I hear.
I'll take it. Dab. I might be coughing a bunch, but I'll still push through. That's the thing. I cough at everything, but I push through.
Yeah, that's all it's about.
Including the marathon.
I saw that, man.
Yeah.
So how many miles was that?
26.2 miles.
Damn.
So, and
that is impressive.
I did it on 1,700 milligrams of FSO or 2 syringes of the friendly FSO.
No way.
So I did one at the very beginning.
How many milligrams?
1,700.
So that's 1,000 plus 700 milligrams.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to you.
I have a high tolerance edibles, plus it's an enzyme that helps break it down.
Okay.
So it's the CPY2C9 enzyme that helps digest it into your system.
All right.
And so I have to start at 500 to 700 just to kind of feel it a little bit.
Is this just edibles? Sorry, I know this is your podcast.
No.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
man.
So it.
I'm
so
gonna
most
lie.
People
200 milligrams, and I'm probably toast.
Oh yeah. So most people are normal. So 5 to 10, they can push it up to 50 or 100 maybe if they have a higher tolerance and built it up. Then there's people like myself that it's hyper, so it gets broken down almost into nothing by the time it enters your system, and so it's in your liver and it helps break it down. And I think it also might add to other effects like painkillers. Really never worked on me, Tylenol, stuff like that. I just don't really use because it's just so pointless.
Interesting.
And then there's people with a slowed enzyme, and so they'll take a 5 milligram and it'll hit them 3 hours later.
Okay.
And so it's just learning your body. And so I've always tried edibles and stuff, and they never worked even when I was younger and stuff.
Just heavy doses.
But a $6 joint will get me 100 milligrams of edibles. And so flour will hit me every time, but something about it. And so I knew that. And then when you work out, you also burn a lot more too.
That's right.
And so I knew I was able to push it a little bit more. And so I've done other races where I've done 700 or 1,000 milligrams. And so I knew halfway through, I just need more for my joints, for the pain, just to kind of get me in my head. Because a lot of the run is mental. So as long as you're somewhat physical, you can push yourself further and further. So during my training, the most I did was 13, 14 miles or so. And so you're supposed to get up to 20, but I hurt my knee and then I got sick. And so I only did a little bit of training in between that. And so it was just all right, you're just going to finish. Nothing's stopping you.
Shout out to you, bro. That's amazing. How long did you train before?
About 2 months.
Okay.
Or so.
And I saw you smoke a bong load.
Yeah,
did I see that right?
So
in the middle of the race, you were doing bong.
Yeah, so I had Russ from. I had a bunch of friends help me out. So it was Russ is from San Diego Cannabis Times.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He met me at 5 miles. I had my other friend Shane from GIR Go Gear. He met me at 10 with a bowl. I had my friend from college meet me at the 15 mile. Man.
That's a true friend right there.
I actually I beat my friends at the 20 and 25 miles because I was supposed to have people there. And my sisters were there, but they didn't have the bong ready for me. And my friend was supposed to get there and he didn't get there in time. So I was either slow down. And I was if I slow down, I'm stopping.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Just had to keep going. And so I just, my buddy actually met me right before the finish line and had a pen. And so he handed off the pen as I'm running. We almost dropped it, still caught it, and I ran across the finish line, chiefing on a pen too.
That's pretty hardcore, man.
So it was just to show stoners aren't lazy, it's your mentality and stuff. And I had to go a little David Goggins. Honestly, I listened to different motivational, but he's part of it in a YouTube mix. And then I do music and stuff. But it's just that nothing's going to stop me. at 10 miles, give a smile, like, just like make it easy. And so it's just little
10 miles.
It's
give
very,
a smile.
it's seriously. That. And so like little things, it's like 10 miles, got another bong rip. I'm like 3, like I was like 1 down, 4 to go, 2 down, 3 to go, 3 down, 2 to go. And so like that was for me is the next step. So
nice, man.
I
love that a lot, because the stigma's still out there, man. It really is.
Exactly.
And I like how you bring that up too about how it affects you different than everybody else, edibles.
Yeah.
Because that's what I really like. Education is so important because like right now there's still this like stigma with the sativa and hybrid and all that. And it's all what we've been taught. But to be honest, like it affects everybody to how their own body structure is, and everybody's different.
And also different times.
Times too.
I did a mystery strain review because I do strain reviews for the magazine, and I've tried the NF1 from up north. I've had it multiple times. I really like it. It's a Northern Lights cross with a Kendall, so it can kind of give you either or. I've had sometimes I've chilled it at night, smoked it. I was just chilling, not knockout, but it's just nice chill, not doing anything. During the mystery, that was one of the nugs. I was right on almost all of them, except for that one. I thought that was a really good, uplifting, like morning coffee. Not like energizing sativa, but like a nice social sativa. And same strain. I've smoked at different times, but one time I had an uplifting effect, and sometimes I chill, and it's just like what I was doing at the time. The way it hit my
your
nose,
mental state at the time, the way it hit your nose,
so
what you're doing,
what I was already doing.
That's very true.
It was just wild, having that different effect of it. And so, but we did talk about, actually, one last thing is I want to talk to you after the podcast, but I'm thinking a Stoner 5K. We should get going where we have either a boost set up at every kilometer, so 5, or we make it a 4.2K.
4.2K.
And we have it, and you can do it one or two ways. Either you do each station, kind of like how I did for my race, which would be the Shaggy Sprint. And then, or we do it at the beginning and then maybe a little at the end. But we have we work together with a nurses group or a medical group, and they have checking your heart rate, checking your blood pressure, and we could actually do a real research with it. And so do it as a way to talk to brands, ways to show that they can use your product healthy, pop on Barkley, drinks, different things like that. But you can also do it on the medical side and work with them and showing this is research that when you smoke it, your heart rate stays good. It actually helps with this. It clears a lot. Maybe something we could do with that.
I really like that, man.
Yeah, so
I think we should talk off camera and see what we can put together because I don't know if you heard about what's going on in Vista right now, man, but it's a real thing. Vista, Joe Green, and I and his community just legalized cannabis events with a permit. So that means now, we've been lacking that in San Diego. We've had our cannabis license for a long time. We can't use it. But now when this passes in Vista on the 27th of this month, you can go. I'm just shout out to Joe Green and Vista. And if you've been trying to do a licensed event, you can now go to Vista and get your permit and show them your license and actually do a good event. So maybe we could work something in over there, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or something else.
Either way, no, but I like that. It's just something put in your head, especially since you're the main of events. Thanks, together. Bro. So
events are all about the community, and I love to. Education's so important, and the stigma is we need to kill the stigma because it's out there heavy still.
Oh, so much.
Still, it's an ongoing thing.
Yep.
We're all learning about the plant.
Exactly. But we did talk about how people could become judges for the event 710. But how do people enter the competitions? How do brands enter?
Yeah, good question. So for the license side, we can start with that. You have to be a licensed company for the license part of the competition, licensed in California. And you can be a brand, you can be a grower. We do have other categories. So, rosin, there's concentrates, stuff like that. So you just contact us, farmerscupofficial.com. You can contact me with the phone number I said earlier. But basically send us a DM, send us a message, comment down here on YouTube or whatever platforms that Shaggy's using for his awesome podcast. Send a comment, send a message to him. Let's connect. We're a small team. me, Barry, been doing this thing a long time. We have an awesome crew: Russ, Steph, Hung, the whole crew. I'm forgetting some names, but shout out to all them, and we'd love to hook you up.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the home grow real quick. So the other side is the home grow competition. If you're interested in joining that, you got to be 21 and up, and the amounts we can send to you. So it's a certain amount, and you just same thing. Talk to us, and we get you signed up.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I love it. Well, so we've talked about the 420 event. We talked about the 710 event.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into the flower, man. So how long have you guys had your flower launched, and what kind of started it?
Yeah, great question. So probably about a year and a half now. We started probably about 3 years ago, probably more like 4 right now. So about 4 years ago, my buddy Daniel gave me a call and was like, hey, I think, there's something we need to meet about. And what that was connecting our grow team to another team that was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And we all connected. The relationship went really well. And 3 years down the line, through blood, sweat, and tears, and everything you can think about, we got licensed.
These were the first bags, right?
Those were the first bags. Yeah, those are shout out to Grove bags. Those are our first bags that we put out. And we built out a facility. The facility is, in the desert. We do our distribution out here in San Diego, and we've just been growing ever since. Small to medium grow. We do about 472 plants in each room. We have about 4 rooms. One of our main strains is Donny Burger. We've been growing.
That's the first one I tried.
Yeah, it's something, honestly, we've been growing a long time, way before legalization happened. We got together with Sean and Jason, and we all found out of about 80 seeds, we were thinking how are we going to find the one? It's so hard to find the one when you're pheno hunting.
Yeah.
And basically you pop up as many seeds as possible, and you watch these seeds grow from like a baby all the way up to when you chop it and you smoke it, and you just keep notates of every little thing what the plant shows you and how you like it and what you don't like about it. And then at the end of all this, then you can choose which one is which.
Okay.
And so that's what happened with the Donny Burger Prime Cut. We popped a whole bunch of seeds and just found the one that checked all the check marks. And that's the same strain that's now available.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. And so how many strains do you have on the market right now?
I would say right now, we just got the Perm Pop and the Truffle Berry off the market. That was a small batch. So we have 3 right now. We're about to do another release. I'll just say it right now because we're going to release it very soon. It's going to be a pistachio runts pheno that we're going to be releasing next. It's going to be in collaboration with another farm. And then the next one we're running after that is going to be the Papa Burger, which you got to take a smell. I don't think you smell this. I'm going to give it just a little disturbance in there so kind of get the terps rolling. But take a smell of that. It's called Papa Burger. It's a Donny Burger cross. And it's just something that just hit us really hard.
Okay, I'm trying this one.
Over like 15 other phenos. It just was crazy.
Let's see. I need to get like an up close camera, but whoo, baby.
Yeah.
I'll take some pictures.
Yeah. Grab a nut for yourself so you can smoke a little bit, man. But it's so strong too. It's like 30-something percenter. The terps. It smokes really, really heavy too.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
So, you guys have you switched all your stuff from the bags to jars now? Or?
We realized that to keep the consumer happy is the most important part, and it's the hardest part. And to keep the consumer happy, we have to keep the dispensaries happy. And the dispensaries are trying to do the same thing. So we really realized that every dispensary needs different things. And even though we're a small company, we can't cater to them as much as we would like or they would like sometimes, but we quickly found out that some of the dispensaries, the bags work a lot better than the jars, and the opposite in some other dispensaries. The jars will move or they won't move in some spots in different areas work differently. So we have the option. We give them the option. For example, a green alternative, bags work the best. And up here up north, mostly jars, jars move the fastest. What are you seeing?
We're kind of a mix. So we have like more of our premium stuff is in like the jars, and so that's probably what I would put you guys in. Since like what it's going for, I think that'd be great. But the bags are like more like the lower end, and that's been flying off the shelf too.
Yeah.
And so like I'd probably like for our shop, I'd probably put you in the jars. But also recently we just brought on Delighted, and like they've been bags and they've been selling like crazy too. So
it's a trip, isn't
honestly,
it?
it's like yeah, it's
changing.
just what people think. Because for me, I'd say like I tell the people, I'm like, are you gonna store more? Then like the jars are a little more important. If you're gonna smoke an eighth in a couple of days, it really doesn't matter at all. Like
I totally agree.
It's just yeah. I think it varies, and I think it's weird, but I think it's nice that you listen to the shop because then it helps as well.
Yeah, it really does. And sometimes it's the matter of they're either going to buy from you or they're going to skip you and buy from the next guy. So you gotta try to be unique in the market. It's really hard, but you gotta try to stand out a little bit. Do something a little bit different.
No, I think yours will be good, and especially like being local. I think that a lot of people are starting to ask more like local, what's nearby, and so you doing the events and stuff. I'd love to, of course, we'll do this all, but I'll get you set up at least so you can get in front of the people at Cannabis.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I would love to help sell you guys, and it'd be way easier. Like, just be like, hey, I've been to this event. You can be a judge at this event.
It makes sense, right?
It absolutely makes 100% sense.
Especially because we're local, and we eventually will do other. You have an ashtray.
Oh, yeah. Right.
We'll do other events, other spots, throughout California. But but for now we've been doing our events in San Diego, so we could definitely I could pull it through though. Cool. Yeah. So. And that being said, every bag or jar is a ticket to our event. So not only are you getting your eighth's worth or whatever it is, but you save your jar or this, you bring it to our event, and you get it for free.
So yep. When that time's coming around, make sure you don't toss your bags because you're definitely going to want them. So. Some of that ground up, or if you like to more pick, I got both. So, and each person's different. For me, I'm more grinding, more people pick. If I'm a blunt, it's a mix. So that's what I love about the industry now is it allows you just to do whatever you enjoy. Like some people, they're only edibles. Some people like they're only flower or dabs. Other people like myself, we like it all. But I love it is you just had that variety and selection instead of, hey, I got $40. Here you go. That's what you get.
Oh man, yeah.
That's where I came from.
It used to be like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Remember, and you were lucky if you got something good too.
Oh yeah.
Like it could have been something with seeds or stems or like.
I was only had to deal with that for a little bit. I always happened, I guess, just being shaggy or whatever. People are just like, I always had pretty dank. Solid. It's at least it was always like really good. Like I mean, granted, not like. What's been, but like I never really had like that or was really disappointed in what I got. So but also I guess I'd just smoke anything too and just do Red Bulls back in the day in college. But I remember
in Indiana,
Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I was dealing a little bit in college and stuff, and actually that's
allegedly, right?
Allegedly. But it was the most I ever had at one point. A variety was 4 strains, and I thought that was like the shit back then. Like they were like, "Wait, I gotta pick? Like I gotta pick what strains?"
Back then, around that time, what was the best strain you remember in Virginia?
Blue Dream was the first one I could pick up, I like could distinguish and be like, all right, this is it. Because enough different people got it and would say like kind of the name that like
Blue
you could
Dream made it out there.
Distinguish it.
Shout out Humboldt County. Nice. It came from there.
So that was awesome. But the strawberry cough was my favorite because that's the first one that I really could tell the difference of a sativa. Like Blue Dream to me is more like a hybrid sativa. Like it's uplifting stuff, but it's a little kind of chill. Like the strawberry cough is like I smoked it and I was like uplifted and just like ready to move around. And I was like, holy shit, this is what they mean of like a sativa. Like I didn't really quite understand that. Ooh.
I think it needs to. You're
all right. Well, so are there any any other things you focus on, or just flower? Do you guys do pre-rolls? Do you guys do any wax or anything like that?
We're figuring out some pre-rolls right now. We're figuring out some keef, possibly some rosin, and other collaborations.
Nice.
So we'll see what's up. Just want to do it one step at a time. Make sure that what we're representing and what we're putting out is a product that people like. So R&D, man.
Well, I appreciate everything you're doing, and I love the events, especially just seeing the way they've grown year and year and event. I mean, this last one was massive. I got there like at 6 o'clock, so some people were even turning down, and I still saw so many vendors. So
it was fun.
I mean,
that was really fun.
It's gonna be incredible just to see where it goes, just beyond. And is there any chance of moving states or areas, or you want to just kind of just make this?
Some other states been calling our name. We'll see. There could be something going on in the near future. We'll see. We'll see though.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, where can people follow you? And again, do you want to shout out where to get tickets and everything?
Yeah, definitely. Tickets are available on eventhigh.io. That's eventhigh.io, or you can go to farmerscupofficial.com, farmerscupofficial.com, or you can also contact us. We got a text number. It's 858. The bong load just hit in. It was 858-877-3236. There it is.
There we go. Yeah. And I'll also make sure to put down a link down below.
Yeah, hit us up
so you guys can join. So I appreciate it, brother. This has been a great episode. And
thanks,
stay tuned, because we also have coming over on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
That will be the Higher Podcast crossed with a trip down Stoner Drive. Also, I have Water of Life rosin coming on tomorrow, 4:15. So exactly. So he was in the last competition, and he's going to be in the next one as well. So make sure you find out about that while we tried their rosin. Plus, in a few hours, I'm going to be doing High Halftime with me and chums, where we're going to talk about the marathon, how it went, and then also talking about the NBA playoffs. So let's send it off with one more. Make sure you pack up if you've been with us, and I appreciate it. Also, make sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, share. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Absolutely.
Good shit, man.
This has been a trip down Stoner Drive.
There it is.